name's Tom Service. I'm a PhD student here at the University of Victoria. We're going to give you a quick sneak peek here at what it looks like to be part of our heating trials in our clinical trial on firefighter heat stress and inflammation. So come on inside and we'll go through what it looks like. So first things first, when you arrive to the lab, we're going to ask you a series of questions just to make sure you're still eligible to do the heating trial and do it safely. That also involves taking a urine sample, and with that urine sample, we're just making sure that you're adequately hydrated. Once we've done that and verified that using this little device here, we're going to move on and have you swallow the core temperature pill. So it's about this big. It's not huge, but if you have issues swallowing large pills, then something to consider. What that will do is it'll actually measure your core body temperature throughout the entire duration of this trial, basically until you pass it through your digestive system. We can monitor it live through this device here and actually see the real-time changes in your core body temperature as you get heated up. Once that's done, we'll move over here and we will take your height measurement. So in socks, standing there. Once that is complete, we move on to the weight portion. With the weight, we're going to have you behind this curtain because we are doing nude body mass so that we can really actually look at how much fluid loss is occurring during this session. Once you've done that, you're going to turn around, put your bottoms back on or your shorts back on. We're going to turn around and fit you with this heart rate monitor. This heart rate monitor has a pretty neat device here as well. So it'll record everything to this device, and it'll also actually record your skin temperature as well, which allows us to try to look at some correlation between skin and core temperature. Once we've done that, the heart rate monitor is on, it's working, we move over to doing a blood draw. With this blood draw, we're using around 23 gauge needles, so nothing huge, and we're taking around 8 to 10 milliliters of blood. And once we've finished our blood draw, we'll move on to our next metric over here, where we will outfit you with these, which you can actually measure oxygenation in the areas of the brain for decision making. So we're going to use some landmarks and do some calculations using this tape measure, and we'll figure out exactly where to put this on your forehead. We're going to secure it with a headband, one on either side. Once that's done, you're going to lay down for 10 minutes and have almost a mini sleep, if you will. From that, we move on to another piece, which will happen over here, which is going to be looking at some of the metrics of cerebral blood flow. That's going to be done using a vascular ultrasound, and once that's complete, we're pretty much ready to go. From that then, we'll turn around, we'll put the gear on, and about 10 minutes before we actually start the heating trial. So by the time you swallow that core temperature capsule, we have basically 1 hour until you're on that treadmill, just to make sure that that capsule gets in the right spot. 10 minutes before we hit that hour mark, so that 50-minute, that gear goes on. Once you're ready to start, you're going to go through a bit of a warm-up phase where you're going to be walking at this speed that the treadmill's at right now, but just on a lower incline. We're going to increase the incline over 10 minutes basically to get you up to a 5% incline, which is where you're going to watch me walk for a couple seconds here. The last little piece before we begin is you got to have this little device in your mouth that's going to be able to tell us about the gases O2, CO2 production. So every 0.5 increase in your core body temperature, so say 37, 37.5, and up to 39.5, which is the end of the test, you're going to be asked things about your thermal comfort, thermal sensation, and your rate of perceived exertion. You're going to be walking on this treadmill until you reach your exertional maximum, or you hit that benchmark of 39.5 degrees. Once that's done, we get you off the treadmill, and we basically go through the same measures that we went over already, but in reverse to get those post readings. Once that's done, we're going to give you fluid replacement, and then from that, you'll be able to go home, and I'll be coming and visiting you 4 times over the next 72 hours to collect blood samples. Thanks a lot for your interest. Hope to see you in the lab.